Are you? Okay, I started the live before I went to find it for the chat, and it's still not here. Why can't we have nice things? Why are nice things banned? I don't understand. Okay, there. Okay, now I've clicked on it, and it's like it says the live hasn't started. It has. Are you kidding me right now? It just doesn't want me to see the chat. It doesn't want me to interact with you people. Tis sad. Tis sad. Tis sad. Hello, Ari. Morning, Tangle. Hello. If anyone's questioning why it says humanoid in the title, there's a very good reason. It's because they're not human OCs. One of them's a goddess, and the other one is the son of a god. And no, he's not really a demigod. He's just kind of... I don't know how to describe this being. His name is Sayil. He's a grumpy little boy. He can transform into a fox. You know, I'll just get to drawing. I'm not explaining this to you. If you want to know why he can transform into a fox, it's because his mom is a shapeshifter. So, he ended up getting, like, the shapeshifter DNA and the, like, nature DNA. And so what ended up happening was he's just a fox. Like, he's a fox at all times, technically, because he's got fox ears and a fox tail and fox legs. Here is the Poppydon. Also, with my mythological OCs, the mortals just kind of interact with the gods sometimes. Like, especially if a god has, like, a mortal significant other, they'll just be there. And just like, oh, there's Terry. Who the fuck is Terry? Someone asks. Oh, it's one of Mirkla's many partners. Mirkla has a lot of those. Because she's... Hi, Mare. What do you mean? You can't transform into Ethereum. That's not how that works. What are you talking about? We all love Poppydon, indeed. She is queen. She is queen. Okay, this is Sayil. I'm sick of trying to describe him. This is how he looks. And if you're wondering why he's son of nature instead of son of some god, it's because the god, his name changes depending on the terrain he's in. He's a god of nature, and depending on what, like, terrain he's in, his name changes. Like, sometimes his name is, like, Rock. No joke, his name is just Rock sometimes. Sometimes his name is Wilt, and that's when he's in, like, a environment that's, like, bad, like, it's dying. His name is just Wilt. Instead of being based on the terrain, it's based on the quality. He likes to go to places with bad quality and try to fix them. He always fails. Because once he leaves, his godly nature powers stop working, and the fucking plants just die again. And then he'll come back and be like, what the hell happened here? And it's like, Wilt, you suck at your job, buddy. Do better. Anyway, so Wilt's sister, well, not his real sister. They don't have sisters. They don't have siblings, really. But his found family sister, Wisteria, her daughter is Mirkla, who is the goddess of clarity, and she is very concerning. Look at her face. She will take your soul. She might not look like it, but she will. This is her face when she's plotting murder and also plotting how to be a good person. She has issues. Everyone is traumatized. Trauma builds character. Mirkla, she can make, like, illusions, and if you wander into them, you're forced to, face your fears or struggles, And and after you complete her little fucking illusion puzzle, she gives you a sticker, and then she leaves you with your existential crisis. Miracle can't actually take souls. She can force you to go insane via her illusions. No, you know what? Spy Belief's heart isn't even the worst. Because at least Thistleclaw was portrayed as irredeemable. It was for all the wrong reasons, but at least he was portrayed as irredeemable. Then we have fucking Curlfeather, who groomed a child, got away with it, and was portrayed as a good person. I cannot draw Sayil's ears to save my life. Oh my god. Now his ears are too big. Why does he have big ears? Why does he gotta make my life hard? Sayil! Sayil, why do you look like this? Can't draw his stupid fucking ears. Oh my god. I had to struggle when drawing him initially. It's just like, no, it's not. Why did I do this to myself? Why did I make his ears look so particular? Why are his ears straight? He's always grumpy. God damn. Oh, Tangle, I know that video. It was made by a, like, literal predator. So that's some irony, I think. Oh, hi, Red. Isn't Thistleclaw what? Yeah, Thistleclaw is a groomer. Yeah. Someone made a video of him getting killed by Redtail for being a groomer, and the person that made that video is also a groomer. Which is just... Ugh! Oh, the irony! Yes, there's proof. I don't remember much about that. This was like 5 years ago. I don't try to keep up with the Warrior Cats drama. It's too much. I know the victims had like screenshots of DMs and shit like that. You know, I'm not going to say that you're wrong for having zero faith. Piper, you are naive if you think that actually works. You can report people, and usually platforms don't do shit. You can have all the proof in the world, and unless there's actual backlash, nothing usually happens. Okay, Red, but also, people don't either people don't want to share their proof with the public because it's being used in a legal case, which, if it's being used in a legal case, sometimes they can't. Or maybe they don't have proof because they literally couldn't have gotten it. I understand that, yes, we do need proof, but it also isn't really a good idea to just blanketly disbelieve because there isn't evidence. I mean, yeah, that's your prerogative, but there are so many reasons why people wouldn't share their evidence with the public or why they wouldn't have evidence. So, I think it's better to believe victims than wait until later and find out that they were victims, but the abusers just got away with it. Like, sure, you shouldn't start harassment campaigns against people. That's bad. But it's if someone comes out with accusations, then it's better to just believe them and wait for proof and not really like do anything about it. Just be like, okay, maybe there are accusations. Keep that in mind. There is a higher chance of a victim not being believed than someone having false accusations. Like a much, much higher chance. Especially when it involves children who don't know better to like screenshot stuff if they feel uncomfortable. I am listening, Red. We just have a different opinion. I'm not saying you should immediately be like, oh, this victim must be completely right. There must be no nuance. They must be telling the truth. I'm just saying you should listen and like be like, okay, do you have any proof? Is there any proof at all? You should press them, see if they can give proof. Yeah. And then you should be like, okay, well, why don't you have proof? Why can't you give proof? Is there any possible proof anywhere? You shouldn't just, you should believe them because more likely than not, they are telling the truth and they do need support, but you should also press them to kind of be like, okay, well then why can't you give the evidence? Why is there no evidence? And is there any other possible way of there to be evidence? Because obviously you can't prosecute without evidence, but that doesn't mean that it didn't happen. And anyone can also be victimized without there being proof. Like, yes, you can make up lies for where there's not proof, but you can also make up lies about proof. Like, it goes both ways. It's more likely than not that someone is telling the truth. And sadly, more likely than not, there is other evidence because there are going to be other victims and stuff like that in some situations. So what you should do is you should believe them and support them. Okay, then don't argue. Yes. No, I'm not muted. I just have nothing to say. I've never found the sound of wind chimes pretty. I don't know how people do it. Just it hurts my damn ears, okay? Well, my least favorite, like as a person, probably Curl Feather. My least favorite in terms of writing, Splashtail. Oh my god, they fucking ruined Splashtail. Jesus. They wrote Splashtail terribly. They Here's the thing. I'm not saying they had to write Splashtail to be a perfect victim because obviously not. But they didn't write him as a victim at all. He was just, "Oh, look at this psychopath who plotted with a grown woman when he was a child." Splashtail is not a Hawkfrost copy. Splashtail is a fumbled character because they don't know how to write abuse. Splashtail was groomed when he was like a little tiny child by Curlfeather, and then Curlfeather is portrayed as like the more virtuous of the two. It's just like, what the fuck, writers? What are you smoking? I don't actually think they're smoking anymore. I think they're just drinking copious amounts of alcohol and just deal it like they don't. I don't know what they're doing. They 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 take their fever dreams and turn them into scripture. The writers don't know how to write. They made a new drug all by themselves just to write the Warrior Cats books. They really aren't. Like, the new one, Hidden Moon, it's not even good. They sidelined Leaf Star for no damn reason. Uranium isn't a drug, it's a. Never mind. Hi, Hazel. Yeah, they're killing the background characters instead of the characters that are like 50 years old. I argue that they should kill Cloudtail and Brightheart. They're too old. They should also kill Bramblestar while they're at it. These characters should not have made it this long. They should be dead by now. That's not an affront to the character. I love the characters, except Bramble, but I love the characters. But they need to just die. They need to die. They are too old. There is no reason to keep them in the books. They are just filling up space in the allegiances. ThunderClan does not need to be able to take down the other 4 clans if it wants to. It does not need to have that much size. How are all these cats surviving with the lake territory? Hell, how is ThunderClan? If the entirety of ThunderClan had the entire lake territory, they should not realistically be able to survive. Ember is one of the other random cats from Slash's group. He goes with Thunder's group initially and then rejoins Slash at one of the gatherings. I'm pretty sure that's the gathering where he kidnaps the babies and drops them on the Thunder Path. Thunder! Thunder! I thought you were dead! Thunder, I can't believe you would do this! Thunder, don't you know that dying may cause death? Yeah, Ravenpaw been dead. He's been dead since, like, a while. Oh my god! Thunder sleeps! Who is this creature? What have they done with my Thunderclaw? Ari, he died of liver cancer. I don't know if it was liver cancer, actually, but still, he died of cancer! That's not wimpy! Calling someone who died of cancer wimpy is not okay! I can't draw Sile's eyes to save my life. Oh my goodness. Why do his eyes look like this? Why do his eyes hate me? Hold on, we gotta draw them like this. And then turn them on the side. There we go. Ari! Oh, okay, sure, Thunder, sure. I trust you. If I can't trust you to beta read, what makes you think I'll trust this? Thunder. Oh dear, I fucked up his eyes again. Sayo, maybe you should just stop. Sayo, maybe invest in better eyes. What? Piper! What? What does this mean? What are my eyes being assaulted to? I don't understand. Hello. Oh wait, shit, I accidentally erased his hair. Oh no. Sayil, he needs his hair. His beautiful, gorgeous hair. He looks so cute. I can't explain why. Giving him fangs. Well, he has got a fox nose, so. No, stop smiling. You're not allowed to smile. Smiling is for the weak or something. He doesn't actually have fangs. Like, I want him to have fangs, though. It would look cute. Never say that shit again! Never insult my baby with that comparison again! He is an emo boy! Emo, little creature. He also is constantly annoyed. If he doesn't look annoyed, it's not Sayil. It's not Sayil unless he looks like he wants to watch the world burn and cause the world to burn. His name is Sayil. He's the son of the nature god. No, the nature god does not have a name. That's kind of like his gimmick. He's a weird little dude made of swirling twigs and leaves. He also has little. He kills people and then takes their spirits and makes them into more twig leaf people to use in fighting. He's a bit of a morally gray creature. Just a little bit. Yes! 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 Yes, Tangle. Yes. He would sing that. And then Mirkla would catch him singing that, and she would incessantly tease him about it. He is! He is a weird creature! He's emo! JK, JK, emo people are cool. He's my OC. He might become a story one day, depends. I added him into one of my fan fictions, and he is chaos, and I love him. In the fan fiction, a character throws a chicken nugget at him to get him to leave him alone. It was funny. I swear. Because he was in his full fox form, and he walked up to this group. And one of the people in the group's first instinct was to just throw a chicken nugget. Olivia has good survival skills, I swear. Yes, exactly. Except Olivia is better because Olivia is better. I'm not saying this because she's my OC. You have no proof. OC meets OC. OC from different universe meets OC from other universe. Yes. I can't talk. What am I saying? OC of mine. OC of various fandom. He could really be in any fandom, really, honestly. If I can make the lore bend enough. But what am I saying? You know what I should be saying? Thunder! Where are your thoughts on chapter 20, Thunder? Thunder, it was like a good chapter. How dare you? What do you mean? Fuck me. That's a good image. It's a very good image. Hold on, he's too short. Hold on. He's too tall, I should say. I don't care, Thunder! Give me your thoughts, or Poppydon will have to smite you! And Poppydon has had enough smiting for the day. So, so hurry up and give me your thoughts. Skill issue, Thunder. That just seems like a skill issue. His ears are too big. Sayael, why do you have big, fluffy ears? Couldn't you have small, fluffy ears? Was that too much to ask? Welcome back. Yeah, Piper has multiple. My Switch is trying to go into the Shadow Realm. He looks so short. I love him. He's such a tiny little guy. Shut up. I can make ends. I know how to do this. Be quiet. You know, realizing Mirkla is like a lot taller than him. Realistically, she would be like up here, but then he looks like a baby. So drawing Mirkla is a pain in the ass because then I have to apply the blur filter on everything to make the illusion that she's the clearest thing in the room. Because she's the goddess of clarity. Nobody tell her that that title is very misleading. Because, yes, she does have clarity powers, but, like, most of her power does not involve clarity. Most of her power is just kind of, this seems like it's clear, so therefore it's yours now. It's like when the gods were assigning her powers, they're just like, no one else wants this, you can have it. I mean, she is canonically the youngest goddess, so... She doesn't like music because it's not very clear. And someone better tell her that that's a weird opinion. It's also a valid opinion, though, so... I love Sahil. he's so beautiful. He doesn't at all look like he wants to commit atrocities. It is vague! It is extremely vague. She's just like, it doesn't bother me that that's the vaguest shit I've ever heard in my entire fucking life. It's fine. Not a lot, Thunder, that's the problem. She's just like, this isn't clear, I don't like it. And everyone's like, nobody tell her. She likes to use pawns for her illusions. She'll be like, this is a pawn. Look at it. And no longer have gender dysphoria. That's what she did one time. She put 2 trans people in her illusions, and when they looked in the pond, they no longer had gender dysphoria. She's like, get over your transgenderness! Here! You look at this pond! Do you understand now? Do you understand how trans you are? Only one of the people there actually needed that shit. The other one was already like, yeah, I am a trans. Bye. Well, the music itself isn't clear. Why would she like it? She doesn't like many things in general, honestly. She only likes her cousin, and like that's it. She likes her cousin, and she might like her uncle. I'm not entirely sure. Yes. And those people then became friends. One of the characters, they're gender fluid, and they didn't know that that was not normal to, like, constantly feel like a different gender every fucking day. So, like, they were very much transphobic in a not like directly transphobic way, in an ignorant way. So when the trans guy was like explaining to them, no, that's not normal, and they're like, yes, it is. Why are you a trans man? You're just a woman. And everyone sometimes feels like the wrong gender. That is very much normal. And the trans guy was like, no, it's not. What the fuck are you on about? Sayu made these shirts just to throw one at Mirkla and be like, ha, I hate you. And Mirkla is wearing it proudly. She's like, yeah, hell yeah. My little cousin wants to hang out with me. Hell yes. I'm pretty sure that's just called body dysmorphia. Is this just a line of people saying noted? That's kind of concerning. I love how I can just slide Mirkla over here so that she's not taking up space on the canvas. And then he's just ears. He's all ears. Thunder, why is that something, that's something Matt would do. Yeah, he would. He would do that. He's just in the privacy of his own home, trying to sing confidently, and then he just fucking dies on the floor. Because that's the exact kind of thing that would happen to him. I forget what color. What color is Mirkla's, like, anything about her, honestly. I don't really have much of a grasp on this bitch's face. What do you look like, woman? I don't understand you, and I never will. Says me about my Ono seat. None of your business, Ari. You don't need to know. Only me and Thunder know. Don't worry, you are not alone. No one in this live chat knows what I'm talking about. Who are you quoting? Oh, yeah, you're quoting me just now. You know it's bad when I don't know my own fucking quotes. Oh, that's adorable. Yes! Oh my god, yes. Yes, he would. He would. Are you I can't draw! These lines are not lining. You know, I'm just realizing, how is Miracla even born? Her mother cannot leave her cavern. Her mother had to wait for a man she liked to end up getting lost so that he could end up at her cavern. A guy who ends up at Westerlia's cavern had to be someone Westerlia fell in love with, which just doesn't happen. And then they had to have a child. How does this work? Westerlia is fucking translucent. She's like a ghost, but more solid. How does Westerlia have a child? Ignoring the actual explanation of mythology, she's mythological. She can do whatever the fuck she wants. But, like, ignoring that, how does she have a baby? No, wait. We should ask this question about Wilt. Wilt is twigs and leaves. He is a soul with twigs and leaves swirling around to create a body. How does he have a kid? At least Westerlia is partially solid. He isn't. Touching him literally would cause your skin to get shredded off. How does he have a baby? I mean, I'm sure there are characters you could probably compare to Apollo, like, what's his name? I don't remember what I named him. I probably didn't name him. Wilt had a wife once. Keyword is once. He killed her on accident. What he did was he was like making plants in an area, and his wife was deathly allergic to these plants. Wilt did not know this. Wilt literally killed his wife by making a bunch of plants she was deathly allergic to. And so he vowed to never marry again. And then he had this little fuck. Like, sir. Like, I don't know why he didn't marry, Sahil's mother. Like, he loved her. But he's just like, nah, we're not getting married. Bad things always happen when I get married. And, like, the simple explanation is maybe ask your partner if they're allergic to something. I don't know. Wilt, this feels like your own fault, buddy. I keep calling him Wilt when he doesn't technically have a name. Yes, Thunder, exactly. Yeah, he didn't know she was allergic to a plant, and he kept putting that plant in places, and she just fucking died. She went into anaphylaxis, and he was standing there like, help? What do I do? And no one was able to help him because he's a fucking god. He should be able to deal with this. L husband, yeah, he's a very bad husband. Yes. That's his name whenever he's in a terrain where the nature is like dying. His name is Wilt. Sometimes. His name changes depending on what terrain he's in. It's actually kind of cool. However, I've defaulted to calling him Wilt because in the one story I've put him in, that's... No, he can't perform CPR! His body is a bunch of swirling twigs and leaves that when they contact with something, they just cut it apart! Performing CPR is reserved for the solid form gods, which is only Mirklot, actually. We don't ask these questions, Ari! We don't ask these questions! He just did! He's a god, he can do what he wants. except save his wife. Hi, Ace! I mean, Will is kind of crazy. He was trying to kill a group of teenagers. It sounds worse than it was, it sounds worse than it was, I swear. He was trying to kill a group of teenagers, but he let them go because he got stabbed in the abdomen by a son of a different nature goddess. Well, she's actually the goddess of harvest, whatever, it doesn't matter. He gets stabbed in the abdomen by the son of the goddess of harvest, and he's like, oh, a fellow nature lover. Okay, I'll leave now.
Wilt is a very strange man. Wilt is like, oh, I was gonna kill these guys, but. And then the guy who saved the group is just like, what the fuck? Anyways, have you guys seen my sister? I'm trying to find her. Hi. Wilt. His name is Wilt. His name changes based on the terrain, but I've defaulted to calling him Wilt because that's what the only story I've used him in so far, his name has been Wilt because that's what he appeared to the main group as. I've defaulted to calling him Wilt because it's sad and depressing. Also, his other names are just like rock, tree, leaf, river. He didn't even find another nature god. He found the son of another nature-related god. And said son fucking stabbed him in the abdomen. He should have aimed for his heart. That would have killed him. If you aim in the direction of his heart, it would kill him. JK, that only works for his little spirits that he possesses. He's chaotic. You know, I'm actually going to draw a diagram of that. So he has these little spirits that he imprisons to do his, like, bidding. Because he killed them. So this is his... Hold on. I can make it look like a person. Totally. This is the things. They have, like, they're made of twigs and leaves and whatever. If you stab them in the heart, they die. They may not have hearts, but, that is basically what they look like. They don't actually really have a shape to them. No, not really. They're not Wendigos. Don't compare them to Wendigos. They didn't do anything wrong except get killed by wilts. They get the things are stronger the stronger the person is. That's why Wilt tried to kill a former god to add to his collection. He failed miserably because said former god has very determined friends. One of which being a stab-happy 18-year-old who likes to stab. If that sounds repetitive, I promise you it's not. He's very stabby. He had a redemption arc and then went back to stab. He's like, alright, I'm no longer evil. I'm gonna still stab people, though. Stabbing was not taken off the table. Yes! Oh my god, yes. Probably gonna end this live after I finish the outlines, honestly. Because, like, yeah. Sorry, y'all. I have a lot of shit to do today. And by that I mean I have a lot of things to write. Thunder has a lot of thoughts to give, and Pappy Don, what are you doing? He is very stabby. He's been stabby. Before he was a villain, he was stabby. He kicked his boyfriend in the face the first time they met. No joke. What happened was they met, he said his name, and his future boyfriend was like, whoa, that's a weird name for a girl. He's a trans guy. And he kicks him in the face and says, who cares? I'm named after a dead man. Who cares if I'm a girl or a boy? It's a dead man. We love taking things out of context in this live stream. Notice how Sayil isn't a god? It's because he's... I'm just kidding. Poor Sayil. He's related to a bunch of gods, but he is a demigod. Of course. He's the only demigod in his family lineage. Maybe that's why he's so grumpy. He doesn't get to be a god. He gets to be a foxman. With foxman powers. And fox legs. He's like a satyr, but for fox. He's a fox satyr! Y'all, he's a fox satyr! You can draw them. I don't really care. Draw them. Do it. Draw my characters! It is not weird! It is peak fan behavior. I like peak fan behavior. He's a foxman with emo powers. Yep. In a lot of iterations of his wife, though, his wife dies. And by wife, I mean girlfriend. He's like 14. And one of those iterations, he ends up with her cousin, which is lovely. Jade and Olivia Summers are probably some of my best OCs ever. They're also incredibly plausibly canon. Here's the thing about them. The character that they're related to canonically has siblings, but we don't know who the siblings are. Well, not canonically has siblings. It is heavily implied that he has siblings. Or at the very least, relatives. None of those relatives ever show up, though. Can't draw a straight line. I'm too gay for this shit. It's such a dumb joke. But I haven't made it in 6 months, so I gotta fulfill the yearly quota. Hi. That's lovely. Please don't do that. No, Thunder, how could you do this to me? No! Bye, Thunder!
That maybe is not very convincing. Yes, what is it? Also, that you're missing an L. My name is 5 letters. I know who you are! What does that have to do with anything? It's kind of hard to forget you, no offense. You forgot what? What did you forget? How do you forget you Are you okay, Pastel? Should I, like, call someone? I'm afraid. Okay, anyways. Welcome back, other person. You know what? These shirts are so... These shirts are very Mesprit coded. I just don't know who Mesprit would wear them with. Mesprit would obviously be the hated cousin. Let's not be stupid. No, it's a Christmas miracle in January. It's the leftover magic. I can see Mesprit and fucking Delilah. Yep, Delilah would. Yes, Delilah is Daniel. Oh my god. She has daddy issues. She's grumpy. She's just like him. She can also shapeshift. Oh my god. Shh, Thunder, we don't talk about that part. Wait. Hold on. Courtney wearing this shirt, except it says, brother, and then Glade wearing the other shirt. Hell yeah, Courtney and Glade. Glade is the hated sibling. Fuck yes. Glade would look happy about it too, because he's a little bish. Well, what else is Glade gonna be? The loved sibling? No one loves him. He's Glade. Lamau. Imagine getting jump scared. Could never be me. We do not want Gladiator! What? Glade is the little shit sibling with a god in his front pocket. Of course, by that I mean Flareon. Alright. I have other things to do, guys. So, bye-bye. Thank you all for coming. I'll see you in the next live. And Thunder, you better give me your thoughts, or else I fight you. Bye-bye!